Hello and welcome to Catherine's Granny Squares, where I show you how to crochet granny squares and more. Today we're going to do the continuous granny square. Now when I think of granny squares I always think of joining different colours on each round. Like the one here on the table, this is a work in progress. So an autumnal themed granny square blanket, and as you can see I've done lots of different colours, but today we're going to do a continuous granny square. So I'll just pop that out of the way, and I'm going to bring in a chunky, it's actually a baby yarn by Stylecraft. It's a chunky, I'll show you the label. It's one of these, they always call them special, Stylecraft special, and this one's for babies, and they also do various other yarns, chunky and double knit, etc. Lots of different yarns. So we're going to start, we're using obviously the correct hook, which is a 6mm, because we're using a chunky yarn, and we're going to start by doing a slip knot, whichever way you want to do it, to get your yarn onto the hook. We're going to do 4 chains, and we're going to join this little row with a slip stitch. So just pop your hook into the first chain you made and make a little circle, because all granny squares start with a little circle. Just teasing the yarn to locate the middle, because we will be working into the middle. Then you chain 3 to represent a treble, and into that center you do 2 trebles. So you've got your chain of 3, then you make 2 trebles all into the middle. You do 2 chains. You can take your end, your pesky end, along with you, and you work into the middle again with another 3 trebles. And then you do 2 chains, and back in the middle, just taking that pesky end along with me, with another 3 trebles. Two chains after that, and back in with another 3 trebles into the middle of the circle. Two chains. Now we just want to check before we join up that we've actually got 4 groups of 3 trebles. Of course the first one is made up of your 3 chain and your 2 trebles. Then when we're happy that we've got our 4, we locate the top of the 3 chain that you made and we join with a slip stitch. And then with the traditional granny square you would then be cutting off the yarn to join another yarn. But because it's a continual granny square, we need to get to this next corner. So we've already slip stitched into the chain, so we locate the top of the treble and we slip stitch into that, and then you made 2 trebles, so slip stitch into the top of the second treble and then into the corner with another slip stitch, and then you are ready to go again with your 3 chains and your 2 trebles. And because you're making a corner, 2 chains and now 3 trebles. There's many ways to do a granny square. This is the way that I was taught. And then down the side 1 chain, and then you've got your other corner, so we're working to that with 3 trebles, two chains, 3 trebles. I was going to use a variegated yarn, but it doesn't show up very well when you're demonstrating, I found when I look back at the video, but that does give a lovely change of colour. I'll show you some samples in a minute that I've made. Because you're going down the side 1 chain and then you go into the next big space, which is your corner, didn't look very good, so I just pulled that out. With your 3 trebles, 2 chains, 3 trebles. And because you're going down a side, 1 chain, and then you've got your next big space, which is your corner. So corners are 3 trebles, two chains, 3 trebles. It's nice wool, this, nice and thick, or yarn if you want to be politically correct. And then down the side 1 chain, and then we join. But before we join, just check you've actually got your 4 corners with your chains in between. You've done your chain, so just locate the top of your 3 chain and join with a slip stitch, and as before go into the top of your trebles and join with a slip stitch. You've got 2, so 2 need to be joined with a slip stitch, and then into the corner, and then because it's a continuous granny, you would just start again like we've just done with your 3 chains, 2 trebles, 2 chains, 3 trebles, and of course because you're going down the side now, you've got your gap there which you fill with 3 trebles, but always do your chains in between. And that is your continuous granny started. This would make a lovely baby blanket. It's lovely and squashy and thick there. So I just wanted to show you, I've got some variegated squares here. Let's just pop that out of the way. How the pattern evolves when you're using variegated yarn. Just a few to show you. Very subtle on that one. That is a variegated yarn, it just hasn't gone on to the next colour, but I can show you that came from this ball, so you can see it will have different colours. So I hope that you have been inspired to perhaps try continuous granny. It saves you cutting the yarn and making different colours. You can just crack on and continually go round. It's quite therapeutic. If you've enjoyed this video, please subscribe. I'm just starting this channel, so I'd be happy to have your little subscription there, and if you do subscribe, leave a comment, and indeed if you've got anything you'd like me to help you with, I'll be more than happy to answer any questions if I possibly can. So I'll leave you for now, and hopefully I will see you again in another video. Thank you for watching today. Bye for now.